Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Thanks to this guy, Shakespeare regrets his life's work.
Samuel Romeo.
On the surface, Dancin, It's On, 2015, is just a harmless summer romance flick. Basically from Justin to Kelly, with dancing in place of singing. But there's so much more to it.
Yeah, I danced like this after my health insurance refused to cover my prescription because they said it was off-label, even though it was prescribed by my doctor and their network.
Okay, there. Come on.
The film is a vehicle for a handful of So You Think You Can Dance alumni, and is written and directed by David Winters, whose accomplishments include the original Broadway run of West Side Story, as well as a part in the film, and writing and directing the film Space Mutiny. His co-writer David Pryor is responsible for some of the most notoriously cheesy B-movie nonsense out there, including Future Force, Deadly Prey, and Future Zone to name a few. Just the man you think of when it comes to teenage romance. Now, you'd think a film primarily about dancing directed by an original star of West Side Story would have that fact plastered all over its poster and marketing material. Well, the film was originally called East Side Story, but changed to their much more generic title for, I'm sure, was no sort of legal or rights issue. Consider that an indicator of what's to come.
Don't worry, miss. Things can only get better.
The film stars Whitney Carson, who is a very talented dancer and has had a very successful career doing as much. But you would never know it watching Dancin' It's On. She has one IMDb credit as an actress for a reason. She's not an actress, she's a dancer. Unfortunately, she spends 90% of her time on screen acting and not dancing. We're talking about line deliveries here that would make Tommy Wiseau blush.
That's true.
Come on in, I want to show you around. How's your kitty?
She's doing good.
Good. How was your flight?
It was fine, thank you.
Oh, it's not just her either. No matter the actor, the scene, the setting, or the emotion, all the lines are set in the same weird, Birdemic-esque monotone.
You made that very clear last night.
Rod from
But I'd like
Birdemic
to
is
talk
like,
about something.
not so bad now, am I,
It has
bitches?
to do with dancing.
Speaking of the dancin', the thing that is on, you know in movie musicals where the cast breaks out into song and the whole scene becomes a vehicle to drive the emotion of the moment forward? When you're not 100% sure if they're really singing and dancing or if it's meant to embody a feeling. Yeah, there's none of that in Dancin' It's On. Instead, we'll have a series of 40-second dance numbers break out in benign locations with a small impromptu crowd around them set to some generic diegetic music, which, coincidentally, is usually the wrong tempo for whatever dancin' that is currently on. So what about the plot? The short answer is there isn't really one. There's just a series of story moments that are put on tease, but no one ever really takes a swing at them. Whitney Carson's character has to spend the summer at her rich, estranged father's resort for reasons. She hasn't seen him in 5 years, but don't worry, that's not going to come up again. She catches the eye of Ken, a full-time dancer and part-time dishwasher at said resort, and Danny, who is apparently working on his master's degree in giving girls the heebie-jeebies. He also works at the resort.
Your father's waiting for us.
Very easy to picture his photo under the headline, Boyfriend Wanted for Questioning.
Okay, we have to talk about this resort. In a movie full of weird, unelaborated things, this might take the cake. It's a theme hotel if the theme was improv class that just got out. Some of the people there are employees, but a lot of them seemingly just choose to be here doing bits? There isn't some theater convention in town or live performances at the hotel. It's just a lobby full of people who live out their existence cosplaying as movie stars, reading Shakespeare, doing stilt tricks, dancing, of course, and the mime.
That's a good thing to know.
Oh,
No more dancing till someone explains the mime.
I cannot overemphasize how nonplussed everyone is about this mime, despite him being, a mime. He just arrives and departs from the movie as he pleases, like some elder trickster god that can only make its presence known the instant you stop thinking about it. In between scenes at the Second City Inn and general love triangling, we have a dance competition, which matters to everyone. None of the characters will really explain why it matters, short of saying that they want to win it. But we'll get a graphic 30 seconds before it starts listing a $100,000 prize, so it's probably that. Just spitballing here. Will the summer lovin' happen so fast? Will the summer days drift away to the summer nights? Will female lead and male lead win the seldom discussed dance competition? No, and of course. Join Mike Nelson, Kevin Murphy, and Bill Corbett as they break into Dancin', It's On.
It's time for Riff.